Hello and welcome to a new guide for getting cargo into space with Space Agency. Today we'll be building a new rocket where you'll be able to see what it takes to get up into space on a single stage all at once with just 22 units of cargo, which is quite a bit more than most people are normally able to get up. In fact, actually, I've contacted the developer of this game to see if he can go ahead and get more of the water or other units in, because right now there's only 9, and you can get 22 up. I'd love to get 22 units of water up into space for use, and that would just be so useful. But until that update happens, we'll go ahead and just see what we could do with getting a bunch of other things up into here. So first of all, as you've noticed, I have a single launch stage rocket here. It is going to have some boosters on the side, the single launch stage advanced boosters. I'm going to go ahead and put those on in just a moment here. We did, of course, add on the fairing, the single launch stage universal adapter, and at least I believe that's what SLS stands for. I'm going to go ahead and go to the medium stages real quick to get the connector, medium to small. Add that on in here. Of course, right below all this is the ATV filled with 8 units of water. So the next thing to do is get to the small stages and get one of my resupply modules. With the resupply module, it's going to go ahead and get on in here, and I'm going to go ahead and get a bunch of CO2 scrubbers. Just fill it right on up and leave one spot, get rid of the battery, and put in a single of the last water stages right there. So there you go. We have another 6 to the 8. We are now at 14. So let's go ahead and get back to the small stages. Now, you may not know what to do exactly with this module if it doesn't have power, because how are you going to use it if it doesn't have power? Well, I'm going to show you. It actually has to do with that nifty little thing there, our ATV. We're going to go back to small stages. Not sure why I exited there. Going to go and get the tug module heavy. And yes, I believe you know what I'm doing here. Getting another ATV. There you go. And we're going to fill it up with 6 of these oxygen tanks, because we already have 5 down here. I'm just going to go ahead and throw in 2 more CO2 scrubbers, because they're pretty useful and we're going to need them. So going to go ahead and throw a large fairing right over the top of that, and 6% thrust, not going to be enough, but that's why we have the boosters, the single launch stage advanced booster thrown on there. 51%, still not enough. Don't worry, I'll show you how to get it up into orbit. So we launch. With the launch, now we're going to be able to go ahead and use a neat little trick. We're going to go ahead and get half of the fuel thrown in, such that we're only going to be using half of it to get us up, and then once we're done, we're going to use that other half. So 4 seconds, hit the thrust. 3, 2, 1, we have ignition and launch. Going to go ahead, use up half of that fuel, get ourselves tilted over to the side, and that will be the entire thing. So just give it a few more moments, and let's start getting our tilt in there. There we go. Orange, we're good, and stop thrust. Now we're going to go ahead and let those burn out for the moment here. It'll just be a few more moments, and then we're going to double tap that throttle to get ourselves back into the game. So there it goes, it's gone, and we're back in. So I actually tilted a little bit more than I wanted to, so I'm just going to go up a little bit, and there we go. That looks like a good angle of attack. So we're just going to keep going. We're not going to separate this stage because we do have that ATV down there that we want to keep. So we're going to run out just before we get there. We're going to head out. We see stars. Good sign. Should stop in just a moment. And there it is. We're all set. We are now in orbit, ladies and gentlemen. So now that we're in orbit, just a neat little maneuver that we'll have to throw in right here. Going to go ahead and separate off that top fairing. Gonna go ahead and separate it off that bottom fairing. Gonna reselect down to the main stage here such that I can detach it from the ATV. The ATV, I will back up out of the way, 3 clicks, and also gonna make it a little bit more inward of a path there. Reason why is because this. You go ahead, you launch that off, it's just going. So let's go ahead and straighten that out and do it again. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, again. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and get ourselves straightened out a little more and get ourselves inwards in orbit a little bit more because we're going to be getting this connected to that powerless module. Let's go ahead, bring that back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should do the trick. Back it off a little bit, slow down, and we should be able to connect up in just a moment here. There we go. We can see the 2 parts getting in together. Just going to actually speed it up just a teeny bit because I don't want anything exploding. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and select our power options and speed things along. There we go. It's now connected on up, so we don't actually have to use the ATV for our thrust and everything. We can actually go ahead and use our main module here. So let's go ahead and also turn on the computer there. This is providing more than enough energy for both of these modules. It is going to be just fine and dandy. And because I like the way things are going, I'm going to go ahead and turn this one on around and actually let it connect. So I'm going to go ahead and boom, there we go. Now this is going actually quite fast. So I'm going to go ahead and slow down a lot. Actually, I'm going to have to slow it down a little bit more. Just don't want to deorbit it because that would be bad. So we're going to go ahead and connect up all 3 parts, and then we're going to bring it, I think, how about the station waypoint, STA? That should be a good spot. So if I'd been smart about this, I would have done this a little bit sooner, but alas, it is what it is. But hey, you got 22 units of cargo up in 1 launch, considering that normally you have to use 1 launch for 1 ATV, which is just 8. This is a pretty good deal. So we have 8 in that one, 8 in the other one, and 6 in the other one. So that's 8, 16, 22. Go a little bit fast. Let's back this up, back up, back it up, gain some more speed. Okay, now we're good to go. Boom. We're all set. Okay, now that we have ourselves all the parts that we need, let's go ahead and start launching ourselves towards where we want to be, the station. So let's go ahead, wait for it to line up, and 3, 2, 1, boom! Just getting ourselves some good velocity. Should be able to get ourselves right on track. There we go. This is perfect. I absolutely love it. Go ahead and select up that ATV. We don't have to turn around at all because we're actually facing the right direction. So we got 170. And I'm just going to wait for a little bit. I'm going to let myself get right on in because I actually deleted out the station that's over there as well as the other stuff. So it's an empty spot. We're just going to use it because it's a good place to be. And okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and start decelerating. Get ourselves down just to the last tick of green. That way I can go ahead and get over to where I want to be without too much weight. So we're coming in hot. But again, not really that big of a deal. 25, 20. Yeah, it's about time to start decelerating the rest of the way. Get ourselves down to a little half tick on the orange. And we should just about be there. Last bits. There we go. And boom. That is it. Let me go ahead and go to the middle section here so I can go ahead and stop that sideways glance that we got going. And there you go. Let me go ahead and show you. 22 units of cargo, lots and lots of fuel all along here. It's just all around what you want to have for the beginnings of your space station. Might as well open that up as well. Everybody is feeling happy. Everything is going well. We're right over here in a nice spot to have it all. Let me go ahead and open up all this so I don't accidentally detach. By the way, if you have the airlocks open, it will not allow you to use the detach function. So I can actually go ahead and try that. I pressed it, and it gave me a little bit of a weird velocity, but it's not actually going to do anything. Oh, here, I'll do it again. Nothing happens. Anyway, that's my full little way of doing that. Hope it was helpful. Hope you enjoyed, and definitely take advantage of all the different methods that I showed you for both getting cargo and also getting various modules up into space. Anyway, enjoy. This has been the Ion Driver, and signing off.